Over illegal immigration. A federal judge heard arguments from the federal government that Arizona's new immigration law, SB 1070, is unconstitutional. Prosecutors were asking for a preliminary injunction to stop the law from taking effect next week. Governor Jan Brewer was in the courtroom today and told reporters afterwards that she is confident SB 1070 will get upheld.
It's pretty apparent that Judge Bolton has a very good grasp, in my opinion, of the issues that we're undertaking in there today, and she certainly understands the dangers that Arizonans face, and I am very confident that Arizona will prevail.
During today's court hearing, hundreds of protesters gathered outside Phoenix's federal courthouse, some of them refusing to get out of the street. Police arrested 7 of them, charging them with obstructing
Arizona and a big legal showdown over Arizona's tough new immigration law. The U.S. Justice Department is trying to block the new law before it goes into effect next week. Today was their first day in court. Our own Lee Cowan is in Phoenix covering. Lee, good evening.
Good evening, Brian. Yeah, most people think that the federal government does have a pretty good case here. The problem, though, may be the timing. How do you ask a federal judge to quash a state statute even before it goes into effect? Arizona today was arguing, at least give us a chance to prove ourselves first.
With just 1 week to go before Arizona's new immigration law is scheduled to take effect, the protests outside the federal courthouse in Phoenix today were louder than ever on both sides of the debate.
The law is black and white. You're either breaking the law or not.
Inside, the federal government was asking a judge to block the law, arguing Arizona can't establish its own immigration policy. Largely, it says, because it may interfere with federal enforcement of the nation's immigration laws.
This whole lawsuit is about power and the allocation of power between the federal government and the state government.
The problem, legal scholars say, is that any projected harm from the law is largely speculative.
It's an enormous assertion of federal power to have a federal judge overturning a state statute before it even is allowed to go into effect in the state.
Arizona's law says that during an arrest or a traffic stop, police are now required to check the immigration status of anyone suspected of being in the country illegally, something the bill's sponsor says Arizona has every right to do.
They're illegal. I mean, illegal immigration is illegal, and it's disgraceful that the federal government has decided to adopt a non or near non-enforcement policy.
He says Arizona is only helping the feds enforce existing law, but that help, the government argues, may lead to more arrests, which could clog the system with people like Bobby Mays' husband. He's illegal, but with no criminal record.
I know it's wrong to be in this country illegally, but make it easier for the good people to stay.
People who tonight are watching and waiting.
No decision yet, Brian, but either way, expect an appeal, and most expect this eventually will end up at the U.S. Supreme Court.
All right, Lee Cowan in Phoenix tonight. Lee,